Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today we're gonna take a look at FIFA 21 League SBCs, the team that could be very expensive in FIFA 21. So there's not gonna be the full best teams in this league in this video. So there's not gonna be Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, Piemonte, for example. It's not gonna be those one. It's gonna be the team that is very unknown, and it is so freaking expensive to complete because the price of these players is like 10k or 12k, etc., etc. So I'm gonna take a look with you on the top five leagues, the team that could be um, of course, like the Paderborn team, the Brescia, all those teams. There's gonna be probably around 10 teams in FIFA 21 in the top five leagues. Of course, there's going to be like two, three, or four teams outside of the top five leagues, but I wanted to take a look in the top five leagues because it is the mostly those one we're gonna complete and see which team that could be very expensive. So we're gonna take a look. Just a remind. This is my team. This is my ultimate team. So yeah, it is quite exceptional. Yeah. We're gonna take a look firstly in the Premier League. So in the Premier League, we saw this year, Sheffield United was a team that was very expensive, like Norwich also was very expensive. And I think this year it's gonna be the same. This year in FIFA 21, it's gonna be the same. Uh, I mean, there's a pretty among of goal players, but the silver players are so expensive on this team that we could probably see again some players on this team goes for like 6, 7, 8k or even 10k for some of them. So the first thing, this is the first thing you're probably gonna look on FIFA 21. Uh, every every teams, mostly every teams, you're gonna have to look in the defenders because it is mostly on that position that that requires a lot of a lot of high rate, not high rated, but low rated and very expensive card. Um, but there's one club that I think is gonna be expensive, but not only in defenders, but a striker and a goalkeeper. And this team is gonna be Wolves. Wolves, it is a very interesting because when you see at goalkeepers, there's not a lot of goalkeepers in this team. You see, there's one bronze going to be goalkeeper, two silver, and Rui Patricio. We know that Rui Patricio is going to be an 84 rated card. So if there's not if the price of 83s and 84s are so high, the price of the silver and even the bronze is gonna be so high also. So we don't know. We actually don't know if because I don't remember this goalkeeper to appear to appear in some of the theme that we can complete, but I mean the silver, sorry, the silver are was like 5, 6, 7K when the when Repatriation was almost 10K. So it's a very interesting this one, and there's also the striker position that is very probably more interesting than the goalkeeper situation because we see that we got Jimenez, we got some of those players, but there's a lot of players here, but a lot of strikers here. The problem that we have is that you see this guy, he quit on loan. This guy quit on loan, and this guy is a new player in this team. So we had Datashov, Couton that I think, yeah, he did move club, and we had Jimenez. And when Jimenez got special cards, it goes for like 8K, even to this Browns striker. So I don't know if there's gonna be like the same problem as this year, but we could probably see this problem again this year. Uh, I don't know. I don't personally know. This is a projection, so I don't know if it is gonna be um, super expensive for those teams. There's another one that in the Premier League that could be interesting to look at is gonna be Leeds United. Now, Leeds United, there's not too many gold cards, so you're gonna require all the gold cards. Augustin is no longer um, with Leeds, so there's like three gold cards around that in this team. So you're gonna require those gold cards, and you have to go with the bronze card. But in some of them, you need to go with the silver card, and it's gonna be probably very expensive because uh, you have to require those silver card, and because there's not too many bronze not but bronze but gold cards, and people open packs but only to have gold cards, they require the amount of silver players is gonna be it's gonna be very low, so the price is gonna be very high. So I think it's gonna be a very interesting this one for next year League SBC Leeds United. So that's it for the Premier League. I'm gonna go with the next one is gonna be the Bundesliga. And the Bundesliga, there's two teams that we're gonna see that could be and should be very expensive. The first team is gonna be Union Berlin. Now Union Berlin, there's Cruiser that is in this team, but there's not too many gold cards again in this one, and it was one of those teams that was one of the uh, one of the teams that was so high in terms of value of the coins that you need to spend, um, that it was very difficult to complete this one. So probably this year is gonna be the same. There's a lot of silver players. I know that for a fact because I I do a lot of League SBCs, and not too many bronze cards. But we're gonna see this year in the next year. Surely Union Berlin is gonna be one of the teams, one of the two teams that is gonna be very expensive. The next team is gonna be probably the new Paderborn. I really don't know how can we do it to complete this one, but we're gonna need help. It's gonna be Armenia, Biel, uh, what's gonna be Armenia, Bielefeld. So this team right here in the League 2, Bundesliga 2, is gonna be in the Bundesliga next year. And as you can see in FIFA 20, there's no go cards, and there's gonna be like one, two, or max three gold cards on this team. So the amount of silver players and bronze players, there's not too many. So the amount of silver players that is in this team that is required is so gonna be high. So it's 100% sure, 1,000% sure that we see this team uh, is going to be probably the most expensive teams to complete next year. Sure, I I don't think any teams can beat this team in terms of value, because the amount of silver players you need on this team, the amount of gold players, there's no gold players here, but probably in FIFA 21 there's gonna be one, two, max three players. So you're gonna have very big problems to uh, uh, to complete this team right here. As you can see at defenders, there's there's two right backs, there's three left backs, five center backs, but uh, yeah, even the center backs is going to be probably very expensive, even though they have five of them. So we're gonna see next year what price is gonna be, but I think it's gonna be the new Paderborn team. It's gonna be this team right here, Armenia BLFL. So in this new league, we're gonna go to the La Liga, and La Liga. There's not many other than Atletico Madrid, FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, etc. There's not gonna be the teams that that should be very expensive, but I think the three new teams that will be in Liga Santander in FIFA 21 is gonna be very high. Um, One of the teams is Cadiz. So Cadiz right here. There's only one card this year that is a cold card. It is Fernandez, the ex players from China. Uh, there's probably like four or five, probably five of them max that will be a cold card next year. But if there's not gonna be too many of them, this will be one of the teams that will be very expensive, of course. As you can see, there's probably many of them that is a silver card, and there's like five of them that is a bronze card. So you're gonna require to think to yourself how to complete this one, because it's gonna be probably very expensive for this team. The next team we're gonna see is Armenia. So Armenia, if we can go on this team right here, there you go. So as you can see in FIFA 20, there's no gold cards. There's probably a max 3 players. That's gonna be gold cards. Probably more. We don't know. We're probably gonna see a surprise. But as you can see, there's many silver cards. So again, it's gonna be very expensive. This one. Gonna look at it. Gonna look at those players to invest on him and make profit on him, mostly defenders. So gonna check that, and hopefully it's not gonna be very expensive, but I think it's gonna be very expensive because there's not too many. There's not too many players there. There's 3 pages, so there's 31 players in FIFA 20 from this team. So it is not a lot. We're probably gonna see a 5 or 6 uh, players from this team and 5 from the Liga Santander. Oh, hopefully. I don't know, we don't know, but hopefully it's gonna be that in that case for this team. And the other team is gonna be the team that was so goddamn expensive in FIFA 18. It is gonna be Huesca. Now Huesca is a team that we all know from FIFA 18. It was very expensive. Those probably one of the most expensive teams in the history of League SBCs. I don't know if it is true, but I think it is surely one of the 3 most expensive teams that was released in FIFA League SBC's history, and probably it's gonna be this case that is gonna be very expensive again. Um, there could be a lot of gold players, but there's not too many bronze cards. As you can see, there's only 2 bronze cards, so you're gonna require the silver cards. And again, silver cards, that's there's again less players than the other teams. It's like 26 players. Even 25 because this player right here is an inform, so 25 Gs. Hopefully we're gonna see some help by EA to help us on this team also, because other than that it's gonna be very so goddamn high expensive. The next league I'm gonna go is gonna be the Serie A, and the Serie A there's 5 of them that we're gonna look at. The first team is gonna be Hellas Verona. Hellas Verona, we know this year it was even though there was quite a lot gold cards in this team. Um, I think the silver, not the silver, but all the defenders card, mostly sandbags, was very expensive. Even though there's this one right here. I remember this card was like very high, probably like 5-6K. So gonna probably look at it. Probably it's gonna be it's gonna be not as expensive as the team like Huesca and the other team from the Bundesliga, Arminia, Bielefeld, but it's probably gonna be one of the teams that could be uh, that could be expensive, mostly in the defenders. Next game we're gonna look at is gonna be Parma. Parma again. It's a team that have many gold cards, but you need the required silver cards, and the silver cards, mostly center backs, was very expensive. So you're gonna look at it, probably invest on it on this year on FIFA 21 to see if you can make a profit on it. Um, Next team, of course, it's gonna be my team, Cagliari. Cagliari, the striker position, the cam, the center mid goalkeepers was not expensive, but the defenders was very expensive. There's only one gold cards um, gold card in defenders, but it is probably gonna be very expensive also this year because of the center backs, not the center backs, but the defenders. Sorry. Uh, the other team I want to look at. There's two teams that will go to the Serie A, and one of those teams is Benevento. Benevento, uh, as you can see, there's no gold cards here. We could probably see some cards that go to a gold card, but there's not too many there's not too many bronze cards in this game in this team, so we're gonna record uh, silver cards. It's probably again a team that is gonna be require the six players from this team, hopefully, because other than that it's gonna be very expensive. So look at it. Um, Probably yeah, it's gonna be probably benefit. It's gonna be probably beneficial to take some players and to invest on them. And the last team is gonna be Spezia. Spezia is a team um, that is new to the Serie A, but I think when I search on the Spezia, I didn't see this team right here too many often. I think I saw it was the first time in their history that they goes to the Serie A. Uh, so it is very very special to see that. Um, but when you look at when you look at the teams, there's many bronze cards here, but some of them will probably go on loan. So you're gonna require, obviously, silver cards is gonna be again very expensive on this one. It's probably 100% sure that this team is gonna be the most expensive on this area if EA don't do anything to help us. So you're gonna need to focus on the defenders again, always defenders, uh, to look at them. And then, as you can see, there's four center backs, there's one left back, and three right backs. So as you can see, it's gonna be very difficult for this team, even though it is a three at the back formation. It will probably be like the new Brescia team. And the last league I'm gonna look at, it's gonna be the League Now the Ligue 1, I mean Dijon could be a good shout to invest. It wasn't really for the defenders. Um, I remember this card right here was very expensive, for like 6-7k for this card. But there's like many of them right now, so I don't know if it is a good choice. There's probably more choice better than this team, but this could be a good one. The other one could be a good one. It is le Stade Brestois, voilà. So this team, as you can see, there's some gold cards, but you needed to require some bronze and silver cards. There was only there was five bronze cards, but you needed to require obviously silver cards. It was quite expensive, not as expensive as Paderborn, but it was quite expensive on this one. Um, the two other teams that we're probably gonna see, it's gonna be very expensive. It is Lorient. Lorient, obviously, when you look at it, there's one gold cards, and now then it's gonna be bronze and silvers. But if you look at the silvers, there's one, two, three, four players, bronze players on this team, so you're gonna require um, a lot of silver players. So it's gonna be very expensive. This one, 100%, probably the most expensive one. Probably more than the other team um, on the in the Liga. Um, but yeah, you're gonna probably focus on this team and the other team. The other team is gonna be Lens. Lens, as you can see, there's one gold card, but probably gonna be more on next year. But there's many players. The problem with this team, there's many players in this team, so obviously there's gonna be players that goes on loan into other teams, but it could be it could be expensive because there's not too many gold cards in this team, but I don't think it's gonna be as expensive as the other team, that is Lorient. So this is the video. This was the video about the teams that the prediction of the teams that could be very expensive. So one of the most expensive teams um, in the League SBC. If you did like it, drop a like. Let me know if you think there's gonna be more teams that requires like several teams that will be ultra expensive, but I don't think there's like too many of them in the top 5 leagues. And hopefully you did enjoy it, and I'm gonna see you next time. Peace out.